mean, I wouldn't say he's my boyfriend. Like, it's not like he's my partner, like you said. Like, we have I mean, like, I'm a prostitute, so I can't really have boyfriends.
Who make these stupid rules up? It's crazy to me that these women would let men make up the rules and regulations of the game, rules and regulations of the lifestyle, and they follow rules that men has made when the lifestyle is thriving off of women and their work, what they so-called work. I don't believe in calling that work. Like, how is that work? You know, that's just and people has got so comfortable calling that work these days. Anyway, I digress. But the women do all the, for video's sake, all the work. And these men come along and make up the rules. And these women follow these dumb, stupid rules. They have so many. The smartest thing ever said by a 304 about a 16. I told y'all several times, this channel would not only be entertaining, but it's going to be educational as well. About a 304 is another name for hoe. A 16 is another name for pimp. The lifestyle has its own lingo, its own language, its own way of speaking, their own acronyms. And if you're not into the lifestyle as a trick, as a client, as a customer, as a pimp, or as an escort, as a 304, or as a S worker, you will be lost when it comes to the language. So I'm going to consistently and forever break down the lingo on my channel, not only so you can be entertained, but so you can be well educated about the lifestyle. Is your pimp your boyfriend? That is the complicated question when it comes to the lifestyle, when it comes to the games. Because according to the rules that the men has made up, the pimps have made up, 304s are not supposed to have boyfriends. Nowhere in the lifestyle, nowhere in the game. If they call themselves having a boyfriend, they get ridiculed, talked about, degraded, ostracized, and all this other stuff. Just talked down on, negative about. So, but it's not uncommon. That's only for 304s who chose to deal with pimps. There are renegade 304s. Renegades is a woman who doesn't have a pimp, who's independent and working for herself. Now, in the renegade 304 world, you don't have to worry about. They can have boyfriends and you know, they don't get ostracized and just, you know, talked down on or whatever. Because weird as it may sound, a lot of these women in this lifestyle do have boyfriends. I don't understand it. I will never get that for the life of me. I would. They say don't make sense of something that is senseless, because you will go crazy trying to make sense of something that is senseless. How do these guys do it? I don't know. That's like corn stars have boyfriends. The female corn stars, they have boyfriends. I never understood that for the life of me. They'll have this regular life at home, but then they'll say, okay, honey, I'm going to work. And then they go to work and do all this corn stuff and then come home to you. And it's the same thing when it goes to the 304 lifestyle. You know, they have a regular life, boyfriend, girlfriend life. Then it's like, okay, honey, I'm going to work. Then they go do all 304 stuff. Then they come home to you and you laying up under them being lovey-dovey when they done just did God knows what with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe more different guys. I don't get it. And you don't know what she did. You only know what she told you. You only know what she said. You know. She might say she never do bad. You're not in that room with her, so you only can go by what she said and your trust level for her. But you really don't know, because you're not in the room. So you don't know if she did bad or not. You just going by what she said. Bear's raw. No condom. But then she comes up under you. And then you lay up under her when she come back being lovey-dovey. Man, it's weird. It's just a weird thing. I don't know. And in some cases, it depends and varies from case to case. In some cases, the pimps are their boyfriends. They call that a boyfriend pimp. Don't understand that. I can't make sense of that. That's something that I will have to do a deep dive on my No Judge Zone New Orleans Street interview channels, is interview a boyfriend pimp. Even on Soft White Underbelly, he has interviewed a lot of pimps. But there's several different type of pimps. There's a finesse pimp, there's a boyfriend pimp, there's a druggie pimp, there's a gorilla pimp. There's several different types of pimps. And so far, Mark from Soft White Underbelly hasn't interviewed a boyfriend pimp yet. Now, in the lifestyle in the game, the boyfriend pimp get looked down on and talked down on. So, they're out there, but they're to keep from being ostracized. They're not going to be so quick to want to get on television and do an interview and da-da-da-da-da-da. But a lot of times the pimps are the boyfriends. The pimps will say, you ask the pimp, what is he? Is he a boyfriend? You a boyfriend? He's going to say, I'm her everything. I'm her daddy, because she did not grow. That's why they call him a daddy, because she did not grow up with a father in her life. Most of the 304s do not have a fatherless daughters. They don't have dads in their life. That's why they call a pimp dad. He's the dad, he's his mother, he's the sister, he's the brother, he's the boyfriend, he's the everything. He becomes her everything, because a lot of them don't have families. They come from foster homes and all these other adoption agencies. Man, these girls be tore up from the floor up, and these are the girls that they prey on. Trauma-filled, just, yes. And the pimps prey on these types of women that come from dire straits backgrounds, poverty backgrounds, poor backgrounds, trauma backgrounds, and foster home type of background, runaways backgrounds. These are not regular females that's in the lifestyle. It's a certain type of female that's in the lifestyle, and a pimp, like a predator, just pounced on her and got her, and actually, he has her working for him. It's the same thing like being in a jungle. You see a tiger or some type of feline looking for food to devour, and all of a sudden that lion or that tiger comes out, and whoa, he hop out that jungle, and he snap down on his prey, and he until he start biting until the prey finally die, and then he can eat the food. It's the same thing that the pimps do. They look, they see a prey, boom, they pounce on them, and they until they get them to submit. Next thing you know, they're working for them. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's a jungle. The lifestyle is a jungle. And I use that as a metaphor, as an analysis, but it's the same thing. And pimps know what type of female that they can pull it on. They can't put it on all females. It's that there's certain types of females that comes from a certain type of messed up, trauma-filled childhood background, and they take them girls and they exploit those girls. And they get in their minds, they pimps get in their minds. The tricks may have their body, but the pimps have their mind. And if you get in a woman's mind, that's the most powerful thing a man to do to a woman, get in her mind. Once you get in her mind, you can get in her heart. You get in her heart, you can get in her body. You get in her body, and everything else follows. But you gotta get in her mind. That's why being in a woman's mind is more stronger than being in a woman's body. In a square world, we think once we enter their body, that's strong enough for to have any and everything that you may possibly want in a man or in a woman or whatever. No, it's getting that mind, and those pimps knows that, and they master getting in a woman's mind, especially a woman who comes from a certain trauma-filled background. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Smash the like button. Get down in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel about this world, this 304 lifestyle world, and how you feel about pimps. I believe everything in the lifestyle should be legal except for pimping. I don't believe in men pimping these females. I believe it's wrong. And a lot of pimps don't have great relationship with their female daughters. If they have a daughter, a lot of them don't have great relationships with their daughters. That's how come they can do this to someone else's daughter. A lot of pimps don't have great relationships with their moms. So that's how come they can get, have no problem of doing this to somebody else's mom or just a female, period. A lot of pimps don't have great relationships with women, period, outside of the lifestyle. The only, so-called great relationships pimps do have with females are prostitutes. But regular females, pimps don't have great relationships with. And now you see where the evil comes from, where they don't have no problem pimping a woman out. Because in a regular, real world, they don't have love for women. Pimps hate women. But they get in their female's mind like they love women. It's a mind game. And these females see the things as what he's doing as loving and caring, and he's a good one, and bro. Y'all smash the like button, get in the comments, because I can speak for days about this pimp stuff. It's just, it irritates me. Smash the like button. Get down in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel. I would like to know y'all thoughts, opinions, and perspective and views and how y'all feel about the pimp subject. I love the women, but I can't stand the pimps. This is 304 Sweet Dad, and I'm gone. Like what water.